Hi, my name is Natalie. I'm originally from Australia and I have been living in Mumbai for the last 6 years. I have been working in visual effects since the late 90s. I started out studying in London. I worked as an artist for about 5 years before I moved into production. So I've worked at studios such as DNEG, Weta. I've worked on films like Happy Feet 2, Hunger Games, The Hobbit, Wonder Woman, Fast and Furious. It's been a long journey for me from artist to production management and now to executive producing. I happened to get a chance to go to London. So while I was there, during that time, the digital media kind of revolution was starting to happen. I went to college there and I studied animation, and I ended up studying it for 3 years there. Along the way, I learned the interactive media, Photoshop, video editing, and I also learned 3D Studio Max. For me, that idea that you could take actual live people and then put them in a fantasy world or change their appearance, something about that just appealed to my imagination. That was my motivation. It was like just my own personal creative drive. I think knowing the entire filmmaking process as a visual effects artist, it's so valuable. One of the amazing things about the visual effects industry is that it is global. We are all using the same tools, the same techniques. So I think one of the perks of working in the visual effects industry is that you can consider working anywhere, long term. If you do your time, if you get enough credits on your resume, you've done your years, then there are opportunities to travel, to go different places. All this remote working makes it possible for women to have a very long and sustainable career. My experience is that self-learning and institutional learning have to go hand in hand. Self-learning alone, it is very unlikely that you will complete things. If you are part of a course, it helps you structure your learning, gives you deadlines, projects, makes you also work with other people in teams, which visual effects is teamwork. It's not being an artist alone in your room at all. It is totally like you're part of this interconnected web. You're part of this organic process. And you need to practice that as well before you get into a studio environment. What do you love that even if you face obstacles, you're going to persist with this? I always would say doing a course is a great idea, but don't depend on it. You have to do your own learning as well. In my opinion, the prerequisites for becoming a good VFX artist, especially I think women need to look at this a bit more, is being able to not lose your confidence. And anyone who asks me now, I always tell them, like, as early on as possible in their process of learning visual effects, target your entry point. Which department do you want to work in? Because it'll give you the doorway to open up the whole world of visual effects.